In 1772, Rabbi Shneur Zalman of Liadi founded the Chabad Hasidic movement. One of its basic principles was the importance of every single Jew to the entire Jewish people. In the ensuing years, the Rebbes of Chabad made their center in a small Russian town. The movement soon became synonymous with the village Lubavitch, which means city of love. Through the years, the Rebbes of Chabad Lubavitch were frequent visitors to the palaces of czars and ministers, working to annul the anti-Jewish decrees and to improve the spiritual and material quality of life for Jews of this region. In 1940, Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak Schneerson escaped Warsaw under Nazi occupation and moved the center of the movement to the United States. Judaism will continue and flourish on American soil, he declared. Under his leadership, Chabad Lubavitch began to place a greater emphasis on outreach to American and world Jewry. Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak saw it important to formalize the work of Lubavitch. For the first time in the dynasty's history, in 1943, he incorporated the organizational structure of the movement and established Machne Israel as its social services division. He charged his son-in-law, Rabbi Menachem Mendel Schneerson, as chairman. In 1950, when Rabbi Yosef Yitzchak passed away, Rabbi Menachem Mendel became the Rebbe. It was a few years after the Holocaust. The Jewish nation was still reeling from its aftermath. In response to a people broken in body and spirit, the Rebbe would embark on the most daring spiritual initiative in history. He would seek out Jews in love as they were once hunted down in hate. Only days after his predecessor's passing, the Rebbe sent his first shliach to Morocco. By 1960, the movement had centers on every single continent. Many Jewish leaders, fearing that the Rebbe's initiatives to raise Jewish identity and pride were unsafe in a Gentile society, objected to the Rebbe's outreach strategies. Undeterred, the Rebbe held fast to his vision. Jewish leaders must work proactively, argued the Rebbe. Each new campaign the Rebbe introduced was greeted with skepticism and even opposition. But before long, Jewish organizations began to appreciate the Rebbe's foresight and followed his lead. Jewish continuity would soon become an issue of concern to every Jewish organization. The Rebbe's mitzvah campaigns, educational programs, and the ubiquitous Chabad House would serve as a prototype for all other Jewish outreach efforts. In 1986, the Rebbe founded the Machne Israel Development Fund. Its goal was to expand existing institutions and to help fund new Chabad Lubavitch centers in communities across the globe. Twice annually, the Rebbe would meet with the members of the fund. To each, the Rebbe offered blessings and held out wisdom and healing to those who sought his advice on personal matters.
I would like to join all my colleagues and everybody here and wish you collectively a happy, a wonderful, a healthy year. And God bless you, lead us on, and the Lord should give you strength and wisdom to continue all the wonderful work you do. But you never ask anything for yourself, so maybe all of us can pray for you.
And God Almighty bless you and every one of us between the Jewish people to meet together always in good health, in the good parnos and for good purposes, and to go from strength to strength in all things, begashmiyut to beruchaniyut. Having malchasim and to meet again in very good circumstances and for the happy purpose.
After the Rebbe's passing in 1994, many wondered how Chabad Lubavitch would carry on. But wild speculation soon gave way to respectable recognition and renewed confidence. Since 1994, 900 new centers have been established, hundreds of existing centers have expanded, and our outreach activities are growing exponentially.
Biggest institution of this kind in America.
I never dreamt that I'd be building a synagogue.
Total cost of phase one will be $25 million. To my left over here is a piece of land that we just purchased.
Who would have thought about this so many years ago when we first came?
When the Rebbe sent us his personal motivation to put the cornerstone for our shul, 5 years later we're here.
Toward the fulfillment of the Rebbe's vision, the movement proves itself to be strong and enduring, with several thousands of shluchim passionately committed to the mission of Chabad Lubavitch.
Tomorrow night is Rosh Hashanah, and we're going to be starting a new start for a new year in Scottsdale, Arizona.
We're going to Barcelona.
We're going to Wellington, New Zealand.
Heading out to Key Biscayne, sunny Florida. A beautiful location physically, and spiritually we intend to make it that way.
The reward is awesome, knowing that you are changing people's lives forever.
I'm a second-generation Chabad Shlucha. My father is a shliach in Huntington Beach, California.
To come here and to do what the Rebbe wants us to do is very fulfilling when you know that you're doing the right thing.
This is what we live for. This is what the Rebbe inspired us to do. And we won't finish until we inspire everybody, until we have contacted every last Jew.
This is our way of saying thank you, to try to follow in his footsteps and carry on his legacy.
With the fall of communism, Chabad Lubavitch wasted not a moment achieving an outstanding renaissance of Jewish life in former communist bloc countries. Unthinkable only a short while back, today, with the help of Machne Israel, Jewish day schools, soup kitchens, summer camps, and Jewish community centers are thriving in cities throughout the vast region. Chabad Lubavitch has brought true laughter, song and celebration to Jews of former communist countries.
When the president came to the opening of the community center, people here couldn't believe it. They didn't believe that they're awake and seeing in the country that prosecuted their grandparents for being Jewish. Their parents had to hide their Jewishness, and today they can come out openly, opening a Jewish center in the center of Moscow, saying, yes, I'm Jewish, I'm proud of it, I'm proud of my religion. This is really the happiest day in their lives.
When I was a small boy in Tashkent, I was one of those who very secretly wanted to learn how to read and write Hebrew. I remember how it was a scary secret. Under no circumstances could it be mentioned anywhere. God forbid someone should find out about it. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, who never cut the connection even through the most dangerous times in the Soviet Union, he constantly continued to hold the connection.
I remember in St. Petersburg 10 years ago, I was involved then with the opening of a Jewish boys' school for the first time in the Soviet Union. But since then, there has been unbelievable progress. Not long ago, it's hard to imagine it now, all of this was strictly prohibited. People would hide in cellars to learn their own language. Who could live here? Women have come here today with their children, even the very young. That is a great sign. That means the center has already established itself and it has a great future. Here, in the Russian home of the Jewish Center, may there always be many visitors. May there shine an atmosphere of friendship. May this be a great beginning.